record.
Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Dad's So Hard. No, you didn't like that?
I guess that's the opening, but then it's supposed to be not so much of a welcome, but then you have to say something and then cue music, and then we do.
Oh, cue music. How's that for an intro?
That was great, and we're back. This is Dad's So Hard podcast, episode 58. Everybody, I'm Vinnie Dunleavy.
Danny McCartney. This is why I don't do the intros.
I thought that was brilliant. We are two dads, two guys living the dream of being fathers.
Yep, in the 21st century.
It is the 21st century, and I actually, Danny, heard a news report over the weekend. I think I was listening to the radio when they were discussing the ongoing debate of what do we call this decade when it is finally over.
It's been blowing my mind since 2001. What do we call that decade?
Since it started. What do we call, first of all, what did you call the single digits?
That's what I'm saying. Are they called the 2000s? Because that would technically apply to the 100 years. Actually, the 1,000 years. From now
I would think you call it like turn. I think you probably call the first decade like the first decade in the turn of the century.
Oh, that rolls right off the tongue.
Or or people were
so it's basically the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and then the first decade of the turn of the century.
No, technically I think it's called the aughts, like the OUGHT, the aughts.
The what?
The aughts, like the aughts or the aughts. I think it's what's called the aughts. Like it's like aughts is something
like this. I feel like this is called the tens.
They would probably call the tens or the teens.
Teens are the tens. It's that first decade that is really throwing me for a loop.
But I think it's the zeros are called the aughts. If somebody knows that, for the people who listen and don't like to Instagram, can you please this week Instagram
until 2020 because then it can officially be the 20s.
Yeah, so we go. We're living in the roaring. So if somebody says they want to have a roaring 20s party, can it be roaring 20s of the 2020?
Yeah.
Is that not official yet? Can you imagine if we lived through another decade that we've already lived through? I guess that'd make us really old.
Like the 2080s?
Yeah, like if we're in the live again for the 80s.
Yeah, that would have to be 60 years. Holy shit, I'll be in my 90s. That'd be pretty cool.
I think you'd be, first of all, I think you'll be 100.
Oh, yep, you're right.
90s.
Yep. Did a little backwards math there.
Oh, we'll be dead, Danny. We'll be dead. I will not be alive in the 80s. Again, I had my 80s decade. It's never going to happen.
If anyone will, it will be me.
I know. Well, everybody, this is depending on when you're listening to this show, it is the early weeks of December 2019.
The first week of December.
The first week. I said the early weeks, the early days. I'm delirious tonight. But it's the holiday season. And Danny, I believe you had I have a couple things to update you on in my personal life, but first I want to talk about the injury that has occurred recently in your house.
Yeah, pretty severe injury just happened 20 minutes ago.
This is breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah, so our elf on the shelf, he was hiding in a light fixture all day, and when said light fixture went on, it apparently melted off his leg. Because, so when I went to move him before I went to bed so I wouldn't forget, because the past few days I had to do it right when I woke up before going to work. So I was trying to, be ahead of the game, move him. And when I pulled him out of the light fixture, his leg was missing because it melted off.
Wait, what kind of elf do you have that it melted off? Aren't these things fabric? Mine's fabric.
Yeah, but he wears a superhero outfit. And his little tiny boots are made of plastic, and they melted.
Oh my God! Now I've had to re-look at the photo.
You're looking at the picture, yeah. And
I was like, oh, I didn't really notice what was wrong with it, except, oh my God, his foot really did melt off.
Yeah. So for those watching it on YouTube, here's a little picture for you, and you can see it. You can see it stuck to the light bulb.
That is,
and it's
it's not leaning to the light bulb. It's actually stuck to the light bulb.
Stuck. I tried to peel it off the light bulb, and it didn't work. But then his toys friends came to the rescue, patched him right up.
I mean, that's
all
amazing.
The nerd toys.
All the nerd toys, the Gorilla Glue, and every other nerd toy.
The Thelma, the Smart, Avengers, Batman, Spider-Man. C3PO.
I didn't. You know what? I didn't think when you said "nice job, nerds." I was like, oh, it must be because. But it's really all the nerd toys.
Yeah, tried to get Donatello in there, but I couldn't find him. So,
well, can you do close-ups of all of them so people can understand that? I'm going to be your social media consultant.
okay.
In a story, Danny, it goes by really fast. I guess maybe I'm not a nerd, but yeah, it's hard to tell from this.
Yeah, those are all the nerds.
Who's the guy in the red hat?
They patched him up real good. That's a girl from Rusty Rivets.
Oh wow. I love how you have Thelma. Thelma's like my fave.
Yeah, Velma, yeah, she's a smart one.
Yeah, from Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
Scooby Doo.
But yeah, so it was honestly, I panicked and I said, "What am I gonna do?" And I was like, I was gonna just I toyed with the idea of just leaving him legless.
Yeah.
Seeing how that went over for Mary Jane tomorrow.
So wait, she doesn't know.
No, she does, but she would be with the kid. Like I wouldn't. Like depending on how early I leave, I wouldn't see them finding it.
Yes, yeah, they'd be like, "What happened?"
Yeah. So, and then Mary Jane brought up a good idea to leave a note, because she was like, "You got to leave a note so they know what happened." And I said, "Why? They won't be able to figure it out." And she said, "Absolutely not. They won't be able to deduce that he lost his leg and that his toys put it back together."
I don't see your 3 and 5-year-old figuring that out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave a little note from.
So is he gonna be in? Are you putting him in like a medical? Are you putting him in for tomorrow's hide or his location?
I'm leaving him right there on the island, the operating table.
So that's where he's gonna be there with the nerds and.
Yeah.
I can't. Ours, I don't think. Do you move yours every night though?
Yeah, you have to.
You don't have to.
Pretend yours went right back to the same spot.
Ours was. If you remember last year, ours was missing during Hanukkah. Somehow Hanukkah Harry in our house, our mensch on the bench, got rid of him, and then we just rediscovered him when Hanukkah was over.
You should show them. You should make them like fighting.
Oh, maybe I'll show him with the Hanukkah. I'll put him
a candy cane, the other's using a dreidel.
Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, I'll do that tonight. When this is done, I'm gonna go I'll take a photo. I'm gonna put him on the. Right now, I think he's in a flower. He's just in a vase. I don't even know where he is. I think he's upstairs.
I saw a really cool one that I want to recreate. Like you put the elf in like ice, like in frozen in ice, and then you have Elsa like standing next to him, freezing him.
So much work. So much work.
It's really not. You just put it in a cup of water, freeze it overnight.
Oh yeah, I thought you wanted the whole thing in an ice block like Han Solo.
But that's how you would do it. You put it in a like big enough container bucket of water to freeze overnight, and then you just boom, plop it out.
I guess you could do that too. I mean, still, all of it is still. My problem is, I would forget he is in there, and then he'd be in the freezer for 2 days, and then the kids would be like, "He's dead. You froze him."
They don't try to find him every day. It wouldn't like jolt your memory. Oh shit! I left him in the freezer.
No, our kids are not that into the elf.
Oh, the first thing they do when they come down is they try to find him because they're hoping every single day that he leaves them toys.
He's an expensive elf. Ours,
Emily, he hasn't left them toys. He left them cookies day one.
Ours, yeah, Emily was scared of the elf. I don't even know if she's into it anymore. Shane liked him. Maybe I'll move him tonight. We'll see what happens. I'll have to report out to you on the gram what goes on. Yeah. That is amazing. What was I just gonna? Oh, I was just gonna ask you something about your elf too.
His name is Trax. I don't know. His name.
Who named him that?
Brady.
And you only have one, even for the two of them.
Yeah, it's for both. It's for the. It's the house elf.
Yeah.
To call back Harry Potter. And
then, since this is the first week of December, and now we're into our Christmas decorations. A quick report, Danny. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Great Thanksgiving. We didn't host. So, we got to reap all the benefits of the holiday without having to do any of the work.
Nice.
5-minute drive, no traffic. Can't ask for a better holiday.
Easy.
And then we pretty much just relaxed for like the whole weekend. We did no
injuries. Was
the elf down a tree?
Was the elf the first injury from the holiday season?
Yeah.
You're very lucky. I have a severe injury to report.
Let's hear it. You or one of the kids?
For me, I don't think you were one of the lucky recipients of my photo bomb. I got I call them veneers. They're not veneers. I got like porcelain caps on the two front of my teeth a couple years ago.
Okay.
I guess I thought it was a year ago. It's actually been 3 years. And
Porcelain,
yeah,
like a doll?
no, like a porcelain. It goes over the front of your tooth if you have a cracked tooth, and so it looks like a tooth.
I
It goes top of your front
think
tooth.
I think technically that is a veneer.
I think it's a veneer, but you can get. My dentist told me the other thing they call them is like crowns. It's not a crown; it's a veneer.
Isn't a crown for like one of the back teeth?
No,
It's
no,
just
a
like a
crown is
cap,
like
right?
a crown is like a full, almost like a full tooth. They put like they make your real tooth very, very small, and then the crown like covers the whole thing. It's like almost.
Isn't that a veneer?
No, a veneer is just the porcelain that covers, wraps around the front and the back of a tooth.
All right, whatever.
They're both very expensive, and I chipped my veneer at the same place I chipped it 3 years ago, and it's not cheap. So I was walking around for 4 days with half a front tooth.
I would have just stayed like that.
Oh, well, I would have, except Monday I went to work and nobody could look at me. Everybody I work with was like, "You're a mess." I was like, "Is that bad?" And I think it kept whittling away. So I had to go to the dentist today. But I just do a word of the wise out there for guys taking care of your teeth. I happen to be biting a nail because I was chewing gum and then I was trying to bite a nail and my hands are dry.
Not good.
A set of veneers can set you $2,000. This repair of a veneer is setting you back $2,000.
That insurance doesn't cover because it's strictly cosmetic, right?
Yes. Thankfully, my insurance is handling like a tiny bit, but I mean like a nothing bit, tiny. But the problem is I now, in order to stop it, I have to get Invisalign next year. And I'd love to say this is a sponsored post and I wasn't paying for it, but I'll be paying for my Invisalign next year because I have a grind. Apparently, I'm grinding the bottom of my teeth. It's a big issue, and if I don't get,
is it going to be the one that you can take in and out?
I don't know yet because I heard a breaking news alert from a coworker today. Was that for the kids in school, they're now making Invisalign that you can eat your food with it because a lot of kids were using Invisalign and then they were throwing it out when they went to lunch.
Oh, by accident?
They may have. I'm hoping. I don't know what I'm going to get for the amount of money I'm paying.
Whatever happened to good old-fashioned train tracks on your teeth?
Listen, I'm not. I did that for 5 years.
As an adult?
No, as a child from 8th grade. I got braces put on in 8th grade and was told you'll have them off for your junior prom. And I graduated high school and I still think I have those motherfuckers on my teeth. Ooh. Every week I go to Dr. Bach in Riverhead and Railroad Avenue and he'd twist the metal, dig it into my teeth. It was terrible. And then I had a monoblock. For anybody in the 80s.
I had them for like 2 years.
Oh, well, I had a very large, I have a very large mouth, to no surprise. Yeah, I had to use a monoblock to close my bite. So I had to sleep with this giant piece of plastic in my mouth and then eventually get one of those things that push your teeth back.
Did you have the head?
Yeah, the headgear. I had the headgear. I had to wear it at night. It was terrible.
So you were a nerd.
I was a nerd at night. I was a nighttime nerd. I didn't wear it to school. I was a nighttime nerd.
Did you have a back brace too?
I know, but I did wear that. I did wear that sweat thing that you wear around your stomach to try to lose weight to give yourself a six pack.
The one that was like electronic, it would like vibrate.
In '84, they didn't have the vibration yet. It was just purely
sweat out.
Yeah. Needless to say, did not work. But because of what I was able to deduce with my doctor is the effects of my testosterone that I'm taking have not only made my chest and my biceps and my triceps bigger, they have apparently made my mouth bigger and my muscles. Well, because I've always had an overbite, but my muscles have gotten so strong in my face that now I'm grinding and I'm pushing my teeth into each other, and that's why they're breaking. So now I have to get Invisalign to correct my bite. If you're a dentist out there and you have a deal, promo code, send it to me.
I don't think it would be a dentist. I think it would be an orthodontist.
Orthodontist. Well, my dentist is doing it because it's where they make their money.
Probably doubles as an orthodontist.
Correct.
Separate practices.
Yes. No. But they're more. Technically correct. Yes, because not every dentist is doing the orthodontic work.
I mean, if you're smart, you are.
If you want to make money.
Yeah, you do everything.
It is a cash cow.
One-stop shop.
Cash cow. I have a couple things I wanted to report on before we get into. We're going to do a quick. We didn't even tell people we were talking about this episode, and there's actually
the holidays.
There's some breaking holiday toy news we're going to talk about in a minute. But the first thing I want to do, Danny, is I want to rant to you about one gift.
We did the same thing last year, but let's do it.
Fathers, I'm warning you. Do not have your kids buy this for you, and do not have your wives or Santa Claus buy one of these toys for your kid. It is mind-numbing. My wife.
You know what I'm wearing?
Well, you're wearing a T-shirt. I love it. Did you mail one to anybody?
I just brought them home from work today.
Oh,
So
step one. But my wife,
baby steps.
my father was over the house and gave our kids $5 to go get toys. My wife brought my son to Marshall's. I want to shout out Marshall's. They have a great toy selection there.
Oh,
And
that was going to be my next question. I would have never thought that.
oh no, and the back of the store, great Marshall's, great toy aisle. Everything's like 50% off. I mean, markdown prices, they're phenomenal. But my wife for the $5 came home with a die-cast model motorcycle, and my son is obsessed with motorcycles. The problem with these toys is they're throwaway toys. They're $6, $7. You play with it, you throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 45 minutes trying to put 9 pieces of a motorcycle together, Danny.
It's a damn shame.
I got 3 of them together. I then had to break out the Gorilla Glue. Shane, I lost a screw. He would not even sit next to me while I do this. And then I looked at him. I go, if you're not going to do this with me, I'm not doing it.
Can you even play with it?
No, it's a die-cast model. And then he said to me, he goes, oh, can I roll it? I go, no, it's a model. Like, you just look. He's like, well, I don't want to look at it. I'm like, well, you're the one. I'm like, you're the one who picked out the toy.
Unless he's putting it together.
No. So I'm eating dinner. So it's a Monday night at 6 o'clock or whatever time I'm 7 o'clock. So my dinner is me, my dinner, and then a die-cast motorcycle I think I was at it for an hour and 20 minutes before I finally gave up. He was torture. And what I realized was this was not a toy for my son. This was a torture device that my wife purchased to ruin my Monday night. And I told her the next time she goes shopping for toys, models are off the table. And then I thought to myself, I don't think I've actually seen. I was like, where the fuck did she find this in Marshall's? Because I don't think I've seen models even in a toy aisle. When was the last time you've actually seen shopping? Like growing up, we used to have a lot of like models.
Yeah, only when I go in like an LBI, they have a lot of like
vintage toy stores.
Yeah. Those are the only places I see it.
Correct. So I was
like right next to the puzzles.
Yeah, you don't see them anymore, which I realize because it drives parents crazy. But it was
that's because Legos basically
replaced
over that market. Yeah.
But I remember growing up. Then all of a sudden I was having flashbacks.
If you think about it, like when we were kids, like Legos were around, but we didn't have a Lego aisle. Because it was just Legos. Like you'd buy a bucket of Legos and that was it.
Put them together.
So now, like what is now the Lego aisle was basically like the model plane car aisle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember people used to have ships. I thought so. I think one of my friends had like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 Legos.
And it was like they had all different ones. They had wood, metal, plastic. Yeah,
but I don't think I've seen one in a general. Maybe if I could be doing false.
And they were like intense. Like some of the cars, like you were legit like putting together like the engine. Like it was every single piece a real car would have. I
don't think I ever. I don't think I
once.
I don't. I'm saying I don't remember having the patience for it. I clearly don't have the patience now for it. Yeah, but I don't remember growing up doing it.
I did one. I never did it yet. It was. I think it was a car. I think it was a car. Was the one that I did.
That was a good yawn. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Please. Anybody who's still listening, continue, please. We're really picking up here.
Shut up.
Wait, but that's my anti-toy review. What I'm really excited about, Danny. Now, I think have you purchased it yet?
No, you're talking about the fart gun?
Oh my God. I watched the video on YouTube
Brady
today.
Wanted that.
Obsessed.
I forget if we actually put it on his list to Santa. And if we did put it, we looked at each other and we're like, we're not buying it. Like he's not getting that.
Oh,
like Santa that will be like the one thing that Santa couldn't find.
Amazon.com, $17.99. Everybody go in. Wow Productions.
We were gonna get it, but then we found out that it actually emits a smell.
No, it's a real good. No, you point it 6 feet away. The smell gets shot into a person, and the canister comes with 100 shots.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be like a noise, like a whoopee cushion gun.
Who knew?
But people, like, who in their right mind would actually buy that for their child?
This guy.
You bought it?
Yeah, I bought it tonight. It's totally coming to this house. Because, first of all, if anybody knows
you know what your house is going to smell like?
I live here.
It's like now to take it back again, full circle, when we were kids, it would be like getting your kid a bag full of stink bombs.
Oh my God, those are the best. I love. First of all, Danny,
did your parents ever get them? No, you always had to buy it yourself.
Let the audience know, Danny. You did work with me. You know what I smell like. I'm a farter.
Yeah.
I know I need to go to a doctor. My wife keeps on me, and I try to lower my intake.
No, you know what it is? You're
I'm
just
lactose intolerant. I think.
you're an inconsiderate farter.
That's
Like you go in other people's space in work,
people
and
that are my
fart,
friends,
and then leave,
I like
and don't say anything.
because they're
Like, if
gifts
you're
of
gonna
joy.
if you're gonna do that, at least have the decency to say, by the way, one just slipped out, just giving you the heads up. You wait until they smell it, and I have to accuse you and say, Vinny, did you shocked? Like, did you just fart? Like, I'm sitting at my desk. Did you just fart right next to me? There's no way that you could have done that.
It's there is a way. Well, yeah, but for you, Danny, I leave them as gifts for certain people.
It's not a gift.
It's a gift. It's a gift of joy.
I hope Shane lights you up.
Oh, I can't. This thing is gonna be. My wife's gonna go out of her mind. I don't think I'm gonna. Well, she's gonna know maybe because she's unpacking all the Amazon boxes, but it's gonna be unbelievable. And then the best part is the company who makes them also makes. You know those little Asian action figures that are the wow, or they called the wow heads. You know those. They're not. I don't know if they're Asian. I think of them as Asian, but they're all cartoon characters with the big square heads and the little bodies. You know
Funko.
what I'm talking. What is it? The Funko, yeah. So
Funko.
The same company, WoWo, is making a series of. They sort of look like Funko toys, except they're butt heads. So there's like a ninja, and the face is a butt. And then when you pull the hand down, it makes a fart noise. And then if you put the hand up, it's like it acts as a timer. And so you could put the hand up and walk away, and then all of a sudden it'll do a fart noise. And I bought Shane a couple of them for stocking stuffers. They looked amazing to me. I'm obsessed.
What do they come up with next?
I mean, it's you should. This video on New York Post turned me on to this, but there was a video on YouTube where the guy did the review of the toy fair.
I'd put that on the do not buy.
I put it on the buy. And for people out there, let us know what you think. Will you buy the poop toys? Do this as an Instagram story, Danny. Post a picture of it and ask people buy it or not to buy it. Can we do that?
Tomorrow.
Okay, good. Please.
Text me to remind me. No, I will just text me to remind me.
But send us your gift ideas. What are the things your kids are asking you for? And what do you want to buy them and what don't you? And we're going to continue to talk about it because we have a very short holiday season.
And also feel free to send us the hot toy items so that we can give them to our kids without buying them. Anybody
listening, if you want, we're dads. We'll do reviews. Send us a toy. We'll review it.
Yeah, and we'll give you a shout out. We'll say you sent it to us. So
we're doing shout outs.
That's priceless. So
I mean, maybe I'll tag the fart guys tonight and we'll see if I get some extra fart guns.
Yeah.
I love it, everybody. I'm going to post the link. We'll all get fart guns. Danny, before we go, we'll get the time. I did want to do another segment of What Did Vinnie Do? And we're going to figure this one actually
allegedly love that.
I love this segment and people love it. I don't want to give any hints away because I feel like this could be a good one. I'm trying to change them up every week. But tonight I got home and we signed up Shane for another a different sport that one time he asked to play, flag football. So tomorrow
he asks to play that?
Yeah, because it's in town they now have flag football leagues. And he's been doing basketball and baseball. He's bored of baseball. So at one point he goes, I want to do flag football. So we signed him up for the league. And I got home tonight, and his friend across the street wanted to have a play date tomorrow after school. And he can't have the play date because he has flag football. He then proceeded to have a meltdown. I don't want to go to flag football. I don't want to play. I hate you. I don't want to play. I said, Shane, just go to flag football. He said, I don't want to do it. And then I tried to explain to him, you're not going to get what you want by screaming at me. So why don't you talk to me like a person? He's like, I don't want to go.
Okay.
At that point, Danny, what did Vinny do? I'm going to give you, now, if we know this game, everybody, I'm going to give 3 options.
I got to get hints.
Give hints. Now, option number 1, I sat down, ate my dinner, and just ignored him and let him scream at me.
No.
That's option number 1. Did I say that was option number 2? That's option number 1. Option number 1. Option number 2 is I said, just go and watch, and that's it. I don't really care. Go watch, and if you don't want to do it the next week, I'm done. That's it.
Okay.
Or option number 3, I said, you're going to go, you're not going to embarrass me, and you're going to win. Those 3 options. What did I do?
I want to say C, but I feel like you didn't. Option 3.
Option 3, Danny, is ruthless.
I know.
I'm not. Do you think I'm ruthless?
No, but I wish you did that one.
I wish I would have, and I
You
wish
did-
I would have
You
done
did
it
B.
harder. I said option B, just go, watch, and if you don't want to do it afterwards, you don't do the following week. But my plan is that he will watch it.
That was good. That was rational.
I made a real answer. This is a real educational
That was
moment
good.
on Dad So Hard.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I actually,
We're not always all fun and games.
I know why I actually realized after I did it, I think I did the right thing.
You did. Yeah.
I was like, I'm a role model.
I never I never peg you as someone to do the right thing, parenting.
Rarely
That's
do
what
I
I always
actually
say.
make sometimes the right
That was a
thing.
good one, though. That was good.
That was a good one, though. I was very proud of myself. And he was actually
job.
like, well, what I realized was he had a birthday.
Congratulations.
Last month he went to a birthday party with older kids and they were playing flag football, but they were like 5 years older. So I think he got scared.
Got it.
But I think it'll be fun.
Well, I think this is a successful holiday episode. You're going to have a couple more holiday episodes
Coming up, everybody. Listen, keep writing in. Last week was Thanksgiving. I don't think we did.
Find us on
overabundance of views last week, guys. And then
Find
the
us
emails were.
What?
I know the emails were overwhelming. We do have.
Oh.
If you have signed up to be an intern for our podcast, do not worry if I haven't gotten back to you.
It's just the
We're very
holidays.
busy.
That's what's happened. He's full on turkey.
We're still interested, though. Please listen. Still write us.
Continue writing in. Email dadsohardpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, Facebook at dadsohardpodcast. Twitter at dadsohardpod. And the website, weareDadSoHard.com.
And remember, leave a review, tag a friend.
Subscribe, rate, review.
Tag a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend. And if you want, we have postcards. We love you guys.
Thanks,
Peace.